Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
But tell me, Eddie, is that a rabbit in your pocket or are you just happy to see me?
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are back for another Talk Nerdy to Us. And as always, never a week goes by without some type of cringe to talk about. I would love it for there to be a week where it's something that we would actually love talking about. I know for Steph that's going to be the Barbie movie next week.
Yeah, are you ready? Are you ready for the Barbie movie, Mara?
I'm not paying for that shit.
Like, I am fucking stoked. I went out today. I grabbed like a pink shirt to wear. You know what I've been seeing? Okay, look, I've been seeing a ton of people post on Instagram, like finding, Barbie merchandise, Barbie clothes, Barbie bags, Barbie toys. I've been looking for all that Barbie shit and I have not been able to find any of it. So today when I went out, I saw like this pink adorable fanny pack and I was like, okay, I can totally rock a fanny pack, not wear it like like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, but like it's a really cute pink fanny pack and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wear it like like a sword, like I'm putting a sword on around, like shoulder to waist. So I got that and then I got a really cute pink top because I can't find anything Barbie. I'm like, I'm going to go all out with that movie. It's
I believe it.
Trey, don't knock it. When you see it, you're going to be like, that's fucking sick. Okay, I totally see it. I totally see why you bought that shit. Like, when you see it, I'm going to post a picture. I'm going to tag Trey. I'm going to post a picture, and I'm going to tag Trey on Twitter. And I'm going to be like, bitch. Bitch, look, you see, I can fucking rock that shit.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm totally stoked for
the Barbie. She's ready. Now, see, this is really the only pink thing I have ready for the Barbie movie.
Whiskey. What is that? Pink whiskey.
It is pink lemonade vodka.
Oh, okay. I want some of that.
So I have something pink ready. It's alcohol. So
yeah, I'm freaking stoked.
Are you dragging
it? It's gonna be a hot mess. It's gonna be garbage, and I'm gonna love it. Okay, I'm going into it with like the expectations of the Meg 2. Like that. Those are my expectations for the Barbie movie.
Well, I would imagine the Meg 2 would at least be entertaining.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna take it too seriously. Kind of like the Meg 2, like those movies. Not gonna go in there expecting like this grandiose work of of art on the big screen at the theater while I'm eating my popcorn and like dressed in my pink shirt and fanny pack. Like, I'm totally not gonna expect big things from the Barbie movie.
Are you dragging anyone to see it? Are you dragging anyone with you to see it? Or are you just
yeah. Yes, I am buying tickets for the guys to go see it, and they have to come.
If Beardo's one of them, I am going to tease him mercilessly. Is he one of them?
Yes.
Okay. I just like the silence spoke volumes.
Oh, I am dragging the guys to go and see this.
I believe it. Anyway, I will be catching up with the chat, but thank you so much for hanging out with us. Like I was talking to Steph before we went live. I have pretty much quite a bit of cringe to go through. We're gonna go over the pictures that came out that were semi-leaked, pretty much, of like behind the scenes of the live action Disney Snow White, and regardless, in my opinion, it just looks complete shit. It doesn't even look Disney Plus quality. There are movies that are like made straight for streaming that's you could still see like quality wise, like they could have released them in the theaters but chose to like straight to streaming. This one looks like not that any of you have seen these movies or anything like that, because I go to something called the Monster Bash wherever I live, pretty much. I didn't go this year, but I've gone like years past pretty much, and I always stop at this one table run by this husband and wife duo, and they always have like they have the typical movies that you would normally see released here, and then they have movies that somehow they are able to obtain from overseas, and I'll buy them sometimes just for shits and giggles. And I have bought the Turkish version of Wizard of Oz, where Dorothy and her aunt and uncle live in the rock quarry, it looks like, and the Turkish version of Star Wars, and that's what this fucking movie looks like to me. Like that level of quality. That level of quality. That's what this looks like to me. Not necessarily to knock the foreign market, but quality-wise, that's what this looks like to me. So we're going to go through those pictures. Then I have a few articles on Bounding into Comics. We're going to go a little bit into the My Adventures of Superman, because we have Superman transforming into a suit like Sailor Moon. The Bi-Shonen Deathstroke, who looks so effeminate.
Like,
and the Race Swapped Livewire. Then, as there's an article I covered yesterday during my solo stream, and I would get Steph's input on it, about the version of Splinter in the Mutant Mayhem animated film from Seth Rogen, where Splinter is now anti-human bigot. So I'm going to get her take on that. And apparently there's also a new Purge film. There's going to be a new entry in the Purge franchise that's going to focus on the remapping of America, essentially, based on ideology, religion, and sexuality. Yeah, exactly what does not belong in a movie that had the most basic premise of all time, and that is, hey, don't piss people off 364 days out of the year, because for one day out of the year, they can kill you with impunity. Pretty much. Anyway. And then I found an article on the Sound of Freedom, and it's a Screen Rant, Trey. I think it's a Screen Rant article that you found, Trey, and we're going to go over pretty much. So I'm going to play that special clip that I got kind of solely for any Screen Rant articles we cover, just based on Trey's titles for his Screen Rant videos. But before I say hello to the chat, since we didn't exactly go into introductions, Steph, are you still there? You're muted.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's let everybody know all about you, where they can find you, and all that fun stuff. Before I say hello.
What's up, everybody? You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Kick. All the same name, Minority Home. I put out a review on Sound of Freedom, so if you haven't checked that out, go check that out.
And I saw that today. I saw Sound of Freedom today.
Good.
It is a very good movie. The subject matter is hard, but the movie itself is very good. So
I'm taking medicine. That's why I'm muted.
Well, okay. Anyway, so I'm going to say from the top, I see Trey. What's up to Tamara and Steph? I'm ready for the cringe. Yeah, Black Samurai. I guess total fucking cringe. Thank you so much. Gravy D. Hello, lovely Mara and stunning Steph. I'm sorry Peter Dinklage cost you your jobs. Well, he's an asshole, pretty much. And then Gravy sent a super sticker. Lethal calls it a corgi. I think it's a fox, but it's a.
I think it's corgi.
Yeah, it looks like either one. But anyway, it's a $2 super sticker. Thank you so much with the hearts around the corgi. Thank you so much. Now beginning to everyone I know, because there's a member message that I want to cover before, because I'll miss it going through, but it's from Mike Hill, member for 19 months. Thank you so much. Watch Mission Impossible today, best movie of the year so far, and tomorrow we'll watch Sound of Freedom. Yeah.
Yes.
So
sorry I'm off camera, guys. I've been doing a lot of stuff today, and I went to the gym, and after the gym I had to clean downstairs. Cleaned up after all the boys, and yeah, I didn't get a chance to clean myself up before the stream started, so I'm off camera today.
No worries. This is my kick. Yes, thank you so much. I will be live there tomorrow evening. I got the Miles Morales DLC, and the only reason I'm playing the DLC is so I'm used to playing as that character, because Spider-Man 2 game drops October 20th. later this year. And it looks like, at least for what I can tell from the showcase, that at some point in the game, it makes you switch between Peter Parker and Miles Morales. I figured I gotta get used to this character because they're gonna make me play him anyway in Spider-Man 2. So,
wow, yeah, I need to stream it on Kick again. I got approved for. I'm not like monetized. I don't think I'm monetized, but I got approved for like people to become. What do you do on there? Subscribers. There you go. Yeah.
Well, technically that is revenue. So yeah, you are technically monetized. But yeah, like they can subscribe to your channel or gift subscriptions. So
I am monetized. We need to do a monetization stream.
Yeah. So and then at some point I'm hoping Kick does that, but like the equivalent of like bits on Kick, they haven't done have the ability yet, pretty much. And yes, I corrected Gravy's grammar in the chat. Yes, and Bounding needs to hire me as an editor. So
I hope we don't have problems with the ads today like last week.
Oh my god. I was going through the Superman article because I was like, like scrolling through, and I shit you not, I was like about ready to punch my monitor. Because there's so many ads loading that I got the notification at the top going, do you want to wait for this page to load or exit the page? I'm like, fuck. Sunny Brave Megatron, you're all shorties from my view. Yes, I am. We are short.
That's true. Very short.
Sultan Al-Fahim, hello, good to see you. Make sure I don't miss anybody. If I miss anybody, I do apologize. Fuck Norris, what's up? Good to see you. Albert Nada Retro, just wondering if Seth has heard from Brian about an interview. For $5, thank you so much. I'm not sure.
Shoot, you know what? I forgot to check my email. Let me do that now.
All right. He's checking. And then another $2 from Albert saying, by the way, Barbie will be woke garbage. Trust me. It could be. I don't necessarily doubt that, but there have been times when the actors and actresses and those associated with the film pretty much talk out of their asses, and there's like nothing like that in the movie. Case in point, the Birds of Prey movie, pretty much where it was like touted as like this like glorious feminist film taking on the patriarchy and all that shit, and like its biggest sin was they somehow made Harley Quinn. A Harley Quinn-centric film, boring as fuck. Were there little elements of wokeness in it? Absolutely. All right, but they weren't overt, in my opinion. The biggest sin was it was boring as hell, pretty much. So could be the case here with this movie. I'm not paying to see this, but I'm gonna watch it, and I'll say like what I feel about the movie. Definitely, if it is woke or not. I'll full on be honest. Yes, people are loving the fact that you got a fanny pack.
Yeah, I got a fanny pack.
Let's see. Dawn Power Rangers. Kurtratz Productions on Ready Room Raid. Thank you so much. Says hello, Jade and Steph and all. Hope everyone is well. Yes, I did update my profile pic. Anticipation of Power Rangers Dino Fury. Yeah. Also, I decided to keep my surname private. No worries. That's the beauty of being able to create your own name on social media. Like, create your name on social media, you can have that anonymity. Thankfully, Oppenheimer will be a palate cleanser. I'm going to try to see both. I might not pay for Oppenheimer 2 only because I don't know if I'll have time to go see it in the theater. But Barbie, that movie is not getting a cent from me.
Why not?
No.
Give Barbie some money. She's the original girly girl.
Oh my god. So are the meth addicts. Hey, Troubled Cat Disney said that needed a CW production. Well, even CW has a level of quality that movie does not seem to have right now. Another $5 from Albert. Thank you so much. I would not go to see that movie, even at the cost of friendship. I hate Margot Robbie, and I refuse to go see woke crap Barbie movie. I don't tell anybody what they like should and should not see, what they can and cannot watch. I just say the biggest message that you can send to studios, like to let them know how you feel, is just not to support it financially. That's it. Just close your wallet. Spend it on something else. Like that's it. That's like what I tell people. I don't tell people don't go see this or anything like that, or anything like anything absolutes. I just say, hey, if you want to see it, fine. You want to see it, fine. I'm personally not going to watch. I'm personally not going to spend money on it. Let's see. Larry, good to see you. What's up? DC hates Superman, yes. Sailor Man, yes. Twink stroke. That's what it kind of looks like, I'm not going to lie. Darth Gutierrez, hello, good to see you. Hello, Grifter. Let's see, make sure I don't miss anyone. If I miss anyone, I do apologize. Drew, hello, good to see you. I love the Purge alarm and the recording they play right after the Purge starts.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah.
So the premise itself was actually fascinating. Like just it's simple. It's simple, but like it's like that's all. It only really need to be one movie, pretty much. Like, hey, we're going to combat crime by making one day a year where you can commit any crime without impunity, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's it. But then they had to go and inject shit in it that didn't belong.
This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge.
Can you imagine like that, like Seth's voice for that? The way she said it. The way she said it. Oh my god. Yeah,
all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours.
With that laugh. You have to end it with that laugh. Just like cut. I guess this is my Twitch. I do still have my Twitch, regardless of what Twitch is doing, as a backup. So I'm generally there Tuesdays and Thursdays. So thank you so much. Ms. Martin uses my cohort in crime for D&D. We'll be playing our D&D session tomorrow, and so chances are I'll have a this one time in D&D story for you guys during my stream. Now this is my live channel. Thank you so much. I generally do solo streams there Friday. Yeah, I know. Eventually I'll come across it. And this is my throne. It's equivalent of an Amazon wish list, essentially. So it keeps both my information and the sender's information private. This will be mirrored over on my Rumble.
Nice.
So, which I have no idea how many followers I have over there. I haven't checked it recently. Let's see. Evan Martin, what's up? Good to see you. Abomination. Who wants to bet that Barbie turns out to be better than Oppenheimer? I will actually find that morbidly funny if that ends up being the case. I doubt it, but I'll find it morbidly funny.
I think Barbie might outdo Oppenheimer just because, like, I think that more people would go see Barbie, more families would go see Barbie, like parents would take their and more teenagers will go and see Barbie. It'll become like right now it's like a TikTok. It's a TikTok trending sound. So like people will go see Barbie just to make TikToks and stuff. But they're not going to go see Oppenheimer,
Yeah. Plus,
so
Tracy,
Barbie's trending really.
Oppenheimer's like 3 hours long. So
Yeah.
Not that I have any problem with that, because I've seen movies. I sit through the Lord of the Rings extended editions, and those are what, like 3.5, like some, like they're like going and pushing 4 hours to like 4.5 hours. So I can sit through long movies. Some people can't. Becky, hello, happy birthday! Celebrating my birthday weekend. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend, and I hope despite the cringe that you at least find this stream entertaining. We were going to go through and give our thoughts on certain topics. Mr. Bentham, what's up? Another $5 from Mike Hill. With the strike going on, Disney had to use their characters to walk the red carpet for the Haunted Mansion. That's another movie that's, I'm like, did not need any type of reboots. Tina Guzman, hello, good to see you. Oh, did I miss anything? Hello to you, gaming? I'm sorry. Like, so if I miss anything, hello to you, I'm sorry. Because I can't remember if I did or not, but hello. Mighty Wolf. Yeah, Seth is the perfect voice for that. For the purge alarm. Watching MI7 in an hour and a half? Yeah. I gotta catch up on that shit. Steph, now do a spaceship self-destruction announcement.
This spaceship will self-destruct in approximately 30 seconds.
There you go. It sounds like you're like, aw, like I'm about to die, but thank you. You're so
Have a nice day.
Yes. Like, have a nice day. Oh my god. Yeah, Simulu is mouthing off again. I covered an article where he's talking about the what puts the final nail in the coffin of heteronormativity. Pretty much. I'm at 87 followers on Rumble. Okay, there it is. Okay. All right, another $5 from Albert. One last thing on Barbie. Look up Robbie slaps Barbie co-star. Steph sounds like the announcement voice from 1984. Big Brother is watching. Let's see. The Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion was enough. I agree. Lord of the Rings were wildly different movies from Oppenheimer. Imagine Tetris, but 3 hours long. Considering the shit that Hollywood puts out, I could watch Tetris for 3 hours. I believe I could. So, yeah. It's good. Lol, yeesh. Steph definitely should be in Megan 2.
I haven't seen that movie.
So, it's interesting. It's very interesting. Anyway. It's not well. If you watch the PG-13 version, obviously it's not really gory. It's more like unnerving.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I figured the first article we'll cover, because we're not really going to go into this article per se, and that is the Disney live-action Snow White and the pictures that were leaked essentially on Twitter, that were like floating around on Twitter that people saw. So
yeah, let's look at those.
Yeah, and so Snow White and the 7 politically correct companions. So anyway, so for those who basically don't know exactly where this essentially stems from, is that Disney made the announcement that they were going to do a live action version of Snow White. All right, and basically Snow White and the 7 Dwarves, and Peter Dinklage shot off his mouth. All right, Peter Dinklage, who is a little person and generally well respected as an actor, shot off his mouth about the fact that they would be casting little people in that role for obvious fucking reasons. So, and then Hornswoggle, and when that happened, and Disney basically backtracked a little bit and said that they were going to change the dwarves from dwarves to magical creatures, which that's not what dwarves are, but dwarves are not humans, right? They never were humans. They weren't little people in the fairy tale or even in the Disney animated film. They are a separate race. They're a separate race, right? They're not humans, but because they're little, and little people would have been hired, obviously, because of that. So surely short people would have been hired for that very reason. Disney backtracked and said they're going to change it from dwarves to magical creatures. And then Hornswoggle came out, the wrestler, who is a little person, and took Peter Dinklage to task. took Peter Dinklage to task about the fact that because Peter Dinklage shot off his mouth, it cost people actors their jobs, essentially. So, but here's the pictures. All right, so there's some information in this article that's not just the pictures that are cringe, but the information about this film that's coming out is cringe. All right, so I'm just gonna scroll onto these pictures. All right.
Those pictures look terrible. It's just embarrassing. Now,
Yeah.
At first I was like, wait, this can't be a Disney movie. This can't be Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Like, there's no way. When they brought up this article, I think like yesterday morning, was it? I was like, there's no freaking way. I went to Twitter and I was like, that's not even Rachel Zegler, is that her name? I was like, that's not even her.
I think those are the stand-ins. I read,
and yeah, I was like, okay, those are stand-ins. And I pulled up like a picture of Rachel Zegler on Snow White, and I looked at her costume, and then I looked at the girl's costume on set, and I was like, yeah, that's from the fucking movie. Like, their outfits are exactly 100% correct. So they are stand-ins because that's not the two actors. But I don't think that. So I know that this is from the movie, but I don't think that these are the Seven Dwarfs. I really don't think that these are the Seven Dwarfs. For one major reason, okay? For one major reason. Hold on, I have to look up his name.
Dwarves aren't magical creatures. Dwarves typically aren't magical creatures.
All right, Martin Kleba. He was in Pirates of the Caribbean. He's a small actor. There was an article that came out that confirmed or that he was going to be playing the role of Grumpy. And so when I looked at this actor, this little person in this photo, I was like, that's not Martin Kleba. Like, that is not him. So I don't think that these are the Seven Dwarfs. I don't think that like they have announced them, because I know that like Martin Kleba is in the movie. And when you go to the IMDb, he's not listed there. He's supposed to be playing Grumpy, and he's not in the IMDb for this movie. So I don't think that these are the dwarves. I think that Disney should fucking stop making these stupid live action films. They're completely ruining it. Like they're digging the bottom of the barrel at this point. You know, they don't really care. They're just putting these out to try and get money. Like putting way too much into these movies, and they're not getting a return. All right, they're not getting anything in return for these movies except humiliation and embarrassment. So like they need to just stop fucking making these films. Like, it's ridiculous, and they're garbage. But because I know that Martin Kleba, like there were a few articles that came out that said he has been cast in Snow White as Grumpy. He's not an IMDb. So I don't think that these are the dwarves. I don't think that they've announced the dwarf castings. I think that they'll probably do it later, but I don't think that that's them. I really don't.
So probably not, because the character in front, this guy right here plays Jonathan. He's supposed to be a bandit, because they're foregoing the prince angle. So it says right here, it's like the seven friends walk behind the character Jonathan as the movie ditches the character of the prince, because down here
because Snow White has to have agency now, which is ridiculous. But
yeah, where was it? In this article, hold on. Yeah, she has to have agency now. Where it says where she wants to be like a leader. So I know I just covered this article and I can't. Oh yeah, so co-written by Barbie's Greta Gerwig. The upcoming adaptation will not feature a Prince Charming and will instead focus on a stronger Snow White who dreams of becoming a leader. And then Ms. Ziegler previously addressed reports that the film was trying to be politically correct, claiming that the story needed refreshing. So, a fairy tale by Brothers Grimm needed refreshing, but from 1812, because it had to be for a modern audience. Yeah, and I don't know, just. See, like here, up here, like this coloring here, is fine and animated. It's fine and animated on like Snow White's dress. It looks so fucking bright here. It looks like a Party City costume.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it looks embarrassing. It doesn't
Right
look
here.
like what you would think a multi-million-dollar Disney movie should look like. That's not what it looks like. Not at all. It looks incredibly cheap. It looks like something that's supposed to go on Disney Plus. To be, in all honesty,
Yeah.
it looks really really cheap, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that a company like Disney has these photos leaked out there and shared on the internet, and they're getting trashed for it. They're getting mocked for it. It's embarrassing. How embarrassing is that you've fallen so far down that people mock your movies now? They don't even respect you. They're just like, we've gotten way too much of this shit. Like it's ridiculous at this point. It looks ridiculous at this point. You've already ruined The Little Mermaid. Now you're ruining Snow White by making her Latina when she's supposed to have skin as white as snow and lips very red. There's no way. It's an embarrassment at this
why
point.
she's called Snow White, because of how fair she is.
She's supposed to be fair skinned. She's supposed to have skin as white as snow. Like and to cast a Latina in that role, it's ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. It's embarrassing. And to say that, oh my gosh, no, it's completely and 100% progressive. And if you have an issue with that, then that's on you.
Yeah, they always put it on those
That's
criticizing.
on
It's
you.
obviously a you problem. It's not an us problem. It's a you problem for you not liking it. So you should be thankful that we were giving you that shit.
And then, exactly, that's exactly what they think, that we should be grateful that they're even making this stuff in the first place. And it's like, dude, we would prefer that you didn't make this stuff, in all honesty. Yes. They're so detached from reality. They're so detached from the real world that they don't understand that. They think that what they're giving us is something that we want, something that we need, and it's something that we can learn from. Like that's exactly what they think. And this is so stupid. Snow White. It has white in the fucking title. Snow White. And she's Latina.
Oh my God.
And the fact that they're saying that, like, oh my gosh, why are y'all getting angry about this, fairy tale that was released years and years and years ago? Sure, we can. Okay, you want to go that route? Okay, let's go back to the Lilo and Stitch casting. People had a ton of problems with that casting. Why? All of these progressives that had absolutely no issue with Rachel Zegler being cast as Snow White, and that other girl, what is her name, being cast as Ariel. They had absolutely no problem with that. Oh my gosh, we applaud you.
Halle Bailey.
We applaud you. You guys are awesome. Finally, something progressive. But then, Nani gets cast and David gets cast in Lilo and Stitch.
Actual fucking Hawaiians.
Yeah, and they have a problem with that. Why? Because they're not dark enough. These are actual Hawaiians and they're not dark enough. No, this is a part of her heritage and she should look exactly like the character. Oh, now you want her to look like the character. The hypocrisy with these people is ridiculous. And it's embarrassing. And it's embarrassing because this is of Disney's own making. The fact that people are mocking these images, it's of Disney's own fucking making. They've put out shit after shit after shit. They ruined Peter Pan. They ruined The Little Mermaid. Now they're gonna ruin Snow White. Like, it's so stupid. It's like,
regardless of the wokeness,
they're basically telling the audience, hey, the story that we put out, earlier, we're ashamed of that story. It never should have been made. Don't go watch it. Watch this new piece of crap that we're gonna put in the theater.
Mm-hmm. And like, just regardless of the wokeness, I mean, look at those costumes. That is like the least amount of effort I think I've ever seen put into costuming in film. Look, that actually looks like a jean jacket on the one guy. This one here, that looks like a fucking jean jacket. It probably is not, but just in the pattern, it looks like it's like they went into a
Those
thrift
are,
store
they look like a
and
whole.
threw together.
They
this
look like
stuff.
a bunch of hipsters. That's what they look like. They look like a bunch of fucking hipsters
Like this one
on their
especially.
way
Oh my
to a
God.
Starbucks. Like that's what they look like. They're a bunch of hipsters on their way to a coffee shop.
All that's missing is a
It's
man
so
bun.
stupid.
All that's missing is a man bun on one of them.
Like
I imagine this one right
I
here would have
remember
a man
Snow
bun.
White. What the hell kind of costumes are these? It's
I don't
so
know. They're
stupid.
horrible. They are horrible.
You know, we've got hoodies back in the day. Apparently, like
Yeah.
what kind of they really do look like a bunch of hipsters on their way to a coffee shop. Like it looks
Oh my
ridiculous.
God.
It looks so bad.
And I was saying, on my solo stream yesterday, I was mentioning that there's only really one instance where I've been fine with a reimagining of sorts with the Seven Dwarfs, pretty much, and that is a Snow White, A Tale of Terror. All right, so basically, it's kind of like a an angle on Snow White that's more of like a horror-based angle on the tale. Even though if you read the actual fairy tales from like Brothers Grimm and Hans Christian Andersen, they read like horror stories pretty much. Like you would really have to change very little, if anything, for these stories if you want to put out like a horror version of like Cinderella, for example, or even Snow White, pretty much. But anyway, so basically, Tale of Terror, which stars Sigourney Weaver as the evil queen, I'm fine with that because it was another angle. It did not pretend to be like a faithful adaptation of the fairy tale itself necessarily. It didn't try to be pass itself off as an adaptation of the Disney animated film. It was its own thing. It took a different angle, and they cast in the parts of like the Seven Dwarfs, pretty much there were 7 outcasts essentially. So like there was maybe like one dwarf amongst them, but again, it was a different angle. So I was fine with that because it was its own thing. It didn't try to be anything else. In this case, this is literally Disney remaking their own shit, and this is what we're getting. So, if you haven't, those in the chat, if you have not watched the movie,
and even with Once Upon a Time, like that's a Disney show, and they cast that I don't even remember her name, Jennifer Goodwin. They cast Jennifer Goodwin. And I mean, she has the blackest of black hair and the lightest of, light skin. And she was great as Snow White. Like they kept it for the most part, the casting of, the fairy tale characters for the most part, not all the time, but, especially of Snow White, like they kept it, to what you saw in their animated movie.
Well, at least she was fair skinned, pretty much. So at least there was a different angle because for the show. When I say different angle, I mean like based on what they were doing with the show, but she was still fair skinned, so they still stuck with that element of her character.
Yeah, no, in some seasons they did take liberties with some of the characters, and especially in that final season, God, that final season was terrible. But for the most part, like the main characters, like Snow, she looked like Snow White. Perfect.
Hey, Michael. Yeah, they are making things horrible.
It's terrible. That's just embarrassing. It's so embarrassing to imagine. Imagine being Walt Disney Corporation, known for making these brilliant movies. From childhood on. You go to the movies. You can't wait for the next fucking Disney movie. You're so excited. It always brings you back to your childhood. How far they have fallen since then is just it's
regardless of how you feel about Walt Disney himself, he's rolling in his grave right now.
Absolutely. Because they're not taking any all of the risks they're taking, okay? They're taking in pursuit of social justice. Like that's it. Pursuit of social justice. Like that those are the risks that they're taking. Like let's change Ariel's race. They know what they're doing. They absolutely know what they're doing when they do that. 100% they know what they're doing when they do something like that. Let's change Snow White. Like, it's fucking ridiculous, but let's do it. They 100% know what they're doing when they do that. They know that it's going to piss people off. They know it's going to upset people, but they do it anyways. Those are the fucking risks that they're taking. Not let's create something new. Let's have and the shit that they create that's brand new is fucking like light year Or,
Yeah.
you know, let's take this character, or Strange World. That's fucking terrible. It was garbage. And like it's just to push, you know, their messaging.
Yeah.
And those are the risks that they're taking in their storytelling. Let's push an agenda. Let's push a message. Let's not, you know, take risks and tell a new story and, you know, bring some goodness back to the Disney name. No, it's just let's continue to push our message and ruin everything that we had before. Everything that brought us that goodwill with fans. Let's just ruin that. That's what Disney's doing. They're ruining all of this goodwill that they've already built up with fans. They're just completely ruining it. And people are mocking it. They're laughing at it. And rightly so, because it's fucking ridiculous.
I think it's just was she from Brazil or something? So I don't know, but whatever part of her she considers Latina, like it is what it is, pretty much. But like regardless, she's not fair-skinned at all. And another thing that I find funny about this adaptation is I'm supposed to believe that Gal Gadot would ever be jealous of her.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the casting of Gal Gadot as the evil stepmother, and I'm looking at that actress, and I'm looking at Rachel Zegler, and I'm like, I do not buy for a second that Gadot would be jealous of Zegler.
Let's see, Rachel Zegler. Her mother is of Colombian descent. Her maternal grandmother immigrated from Colombia, and her father is of Polish descent.
So basically, because she is half Latina, she's like half of Latino origin. They call her a Latina actress, even though she's biracial. They'd be me like calling myself completely Middle Eastern, even though I'm biracial. See, but the thing is, like, as attractive as I think Sigourney Weaver is, her casting and the actress they got in Tale of Terror was actually more believable, because the actress they got to play Snow White in that movie is physically believable that like Sigourney would be jealous of. Oh, hush, Martin. Another $5 from Albert. Thank you so much. Skin white as snow, hair dark as night, lips red like blood. Her name Snow White. Chocolate rations have risen from 3.2 to 2.93%. Big Brother is watching. Yes. So, yes, it's cultural Marxism, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, like, you know, it's, again, the movie itself is decent. Like, it's not nothing spectacular, but it's decent. It's just a different angle on the fairy tale itself. So, like, I see, like, give it a go. I enjoyed it for what it was. Yeah, Snow White will be a girl boss. But yeah, those are the pictures that came out. They look horrible. I'll be kind of paying attention to anything else that comes out about this movie. But I have no hope for it whatsoever. None. I'm just looking at these pictures. I was like, the costuming just in Tale of Terror did it a lot fucking better. Yeah, and this is what, for those who don't know, this is what Peter Dinklage said. I'm gonna scroll back up here. He got his booster seat, jumped up on his soapbox, and said this when the news was released that they were going to do a live action version of this. I was a little taken aback when they, talking about Disney, was very proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White. But you're still telling the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, he told Mark Maron's What the Fuck podcast. It makes no sense to me. You're progressive in one way, and you're still making that fucking backwards story about seven dwarfs living in a cave together. What the fuck are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? After he got his booster seat as well. I guess I'm not loud enough. Did he not watch the animated movie? Because the dwarves have a house. They work in a cave, they mine in the cave, but they have a house. Did he miss that part? Hey, TJ. Like, he's talking about them living in a cave. I'm like, this movie's been, the Disney cartoon has been out since 1937. All right, so it's been nearly 90 years. It's been almost 90 years since that movie was released. An anime film was released. So he's had that long to watch this film, and he still says the stupid shit. They live in a house. It's been years since I've seen the movie, and even I know that. They don't live in the cave. They work in the cave. They're miners. They mine for diamonds and jewels and things like that, but they live in a house.
Dig.
Yeah, they literally sing the hi-ho song as they're walking to and from work.
Yeah, it's not like they're savages. They live in a house. Like, it's ridiculous.
I don't know. Like, he says that stupid shit. But anyway, but that's like the live action version. Those are the pictures that came out. It's
sad.
Yeah, it's like that's the word for it. Sad. Very incredibly sad. And yes, they have a nice house too.
Trey.
Yeah, they have a nice. Like,
Trey's like, I'd live in that house. I would live in that house.
Yeah, they have a nice. They have a nice. Like, does it need a little bit of upkeep? Yeah, that's why they let Snow White live there, because she tends house for them while they're working. But they live in a house. Yeah, Snow White will teach them the value of home ownership. But there it is. All right, so I'm gonna close that since there's no more to really say about that. So I want to get Steph's opinion about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem thing about Splinter. Before we talk about DC's My Adventures with Superman. All right, so for those who don't know, like Seth Rogen, that schmuck is with the studio he's working with is coming out with an animated film called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. It's much like the animation style of the Spider-Verse films, essentially. They're going with that route. And Jackie Chan voices Splinter. And this came out, and I haven't watched the clip, but I went through this article that apparently it maligns Splinter and depicts him as an anti-human bigot. Splinter, who in the first live-action film, all right, was sad when his owner was killed. All right, he mourned the death of his owner, and he would have spared Shredder if Shredder had repented.
Yeah.
That Splinter, who was all about protecting humanity. Yes, you had to kind of stay in the shadows because we're talking about human-sized turtles, ninja turtles, kind of staying in the shadows and protecting, not being seen, but still protecting humanity. And this is a quote. All right, so we'll go into this and close this shit. All right, so he's an anti-human bigot in this clip. All right, so the clip begins by depicting the turtles gearing up for what appears to be their first mission. They're going grocery shopping. All right, they're going grocery shopping. So after Michelangelo reads off the grocery list, Leonardo gives out the assignments and to each of his brothers on what they will get from the list, and he then warns, remember, don't let any humans see you, because why? And here's why. Okay, so this is what Master Splinter taught them. Humans are the demon scum of the earth. Avoid them. Don't say hi. They lust to murder that which is different from them. To interact with them is to die.
What?
That's the quote, according to the clip, pretty much. Humans are the demon scum of the earth. Avoid them. Don't say hi. They lust to murder that which is different from them. To interact with them is to die. That's what Master Splinter in this film teaches the turtles.
Yikes.
So yes, Gal Gadot plays the evil stepmother. So yes, she's in that film. And if it's followed up with Leonardo admitting that the Screed is prejudiced, saying, hey, I know that's objectively prejudiced, but that's what Dad taught us. And how they share a number of pop culture references about different celebrities they think are cool, such as Tom Brady, Beyonce, and Drake. So basically,
Like,
basically, Splinter teaches them that bigoted creed, but they're like, we all think humans are cool, but we got a job to do. So we're
like
gonna,
there's no way. Like the Ninja Turtles, like even Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles, you know, they've always longed to be a part of the human world. But Master Splinter taught them that you're not a human, you know, you have to remain in the shadows for your own protection. But he never told them that it's because humans will kill you. You know, in fact, he teaches them to respect the human world because they're going to be their protectors.
yes.
They protect humans in the shadows. Now, why on earth would these brothers want to protect humans if they feel like these humans are going to kill them and that they will hate them? It makes no sense. Why they would choose to protect it? Would they choose to protect humans if that's what they were taught their whole lives?
Mm-hmm.
Like that makes no sense. Scroll back up. Let me read the creed again. Humans are demon scum of the earth. Like, would you want to protect something that you would deem demon scum of the earth? No. Demons is evil. Like they view humans as evil. These are evil beings. In fact, they with that being taught to them, they would want to take out humans. Like that's the origin story of a villain. That is a villain origin story. Okay. Yeah. That's something that a villain would think. Humans, like that's something Magneto would think, right? Like humans are evil. Humans need to be wiped out because they fear mutants. So therefore, we need to create an uprising against humans and take them out, take them down, and destroy humans before they can destroy us because they fear us. Like that's something that Magneto would think, you know, not Splinter. Like that makes no sense.
No, like I said, like their point. I never really watched the 2003 or the 2012 cartoons, but apparently Splinter was a human before he became a rat. I actually buy more that he was a rat to begin with. That came in contact with that mutant news pretty much, and that's how he learned how to talk and grew. I buy that more than him being a human and becoming a rat. But regardless, like I said, just in the first 3 films, live action films, forgetting the cartoon, the live action films pretty much, he's tried multiple times to redeem Shredder. The Shredder is the man, all right, the man who killed Splinter's owner.
Yeah, he
all right. He murdered his owner. Yes, he murdered Master Yoshi. Right? In cold blood. But Splinter has tried redeeming him multiple times.
Why? Because he feels like there's good in everybody. He that's Splinter. There's no way that he would raise his kids to fear humans. Avoid them. Don't say hi. They lust to murder that which is different from them. To interact with them is to die. And
they're being sent out on the grocery shopping
errand. That is ridiculous. I swear that's something that a villain would think. Like that's a villain. Yeah. Like he's raising 4 villains, you know? And and it makes no sense that if that's their creed, if that's their creed taught to them by Master Splinter, and they've grown up with that creed their entire lives. Like that's how they were raised. That is what Master Splinter taught them. You know, that's basically how they think. Why on earth would they trust a human? Why would they trust April here? They would kill April at first sight. They're like, holy shit, she wants to kill us. We're gonna kill her first. Right? She saw us. She's probably scared of us. They would kill April. There's absolutely no reason to trust anyone. There's no reason to trust any human if that's how they were raised.
No, they would kill humans for fun. They would kill because again, why would they protect? Why would they even go out of their way to protect even April O'Neil? Why would they go out of their way to even interact with her? Mm-hmm. It makes absolutely no sense. And then this is from the first depiction of Master Splinter. This is not how Master Splinter views humans in nearly any depiction of the TMNT. Going back to the original one-shot comic book, Splinter describes his master Hamato Yoshi as beloved, the greatest shadow warrior of his clan. The book even depicts NYPD officers who arrive after the turtles have beaten up a number of members of the Purple Dragon as allies. Leonardo says, we don't like to run from those who could be our allies, but they would not understand us.
Right, because they know, like, they know they're turtles. They know they're mutants. Like, they understand that. Splinter raised them to be understanding and also, like, to respect. And he taught them about humans. Like, he taught them about humans. You know, he taught them to respect them. Like, this is what he taught. That creed is utter bullshit. That creed is bullshit. They would have absolutely no reason to want to protect humans if that's what they were brought up to believe their entire lives, you know, from the day they were born. And if they're just like, oh, Splinter's just trying to protect them, you know, he didn't want them to go out there because he was afraid. So he's using that. It's a very toxic relationship, let me tell you, because if he's using that kind of a fear and manipulation to control his sons, that's really bad. Like, that's extremely toxic. Like, seriously, that's what you're teaching. That's what you're putting out there in a movie to control your teenage sons with manipulation.
It's gaslighting, pretty much.
Yeah, and with manipulation, with gaslighting, with fear. He's using all of those things to control his sons. That's awful. That is awful.
And even here, like I said, you know, it's like they show they talk about the first film where he's talking to, remember the Danny Pennington character from Danny. He says, like, how can a face so young wear so many burdens? Some say that the path from inner turmoil begins with a friendly ear. My ear is open if you care to use it.
Yeah, Splinter is in this scene caught by Shredder, hung up by his arms. I mean, he looks absolutely frail. He's probably thinking, like, I'm going to die. And he still offers a friendly ear to Danny, and he wants to help out this young boy. Like, that's how compassionate Splinter is.
He doesn't blame Danny at all. He sees that Danny is troubled. He sees that Danny is troubled, and he says, talk to me.
Yeah, and he understands. He knows that Danny is troubled. Why? Because he's raised 4 sons. So he absolutely knows you know, that he's going through something, and he offers to help them. He offers to help him. He's not like, screw you. Oh, you have problems? Okay, well, you know what? I've got my own problems here, you human scum. Like there's no way Splinter would do that. Oh, that makes me angry.
Yeah, I read that, and I covered it on my solo stream, like I said yesterday, and I decided to cover it again because like we're both pretty, like, we love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pretty much, but I know especially because you have the drawings that Megatron gave you with the turtles, as well as 4 members of the Bat family, pretty much. So like,
yeah, I have a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff. Like, I have a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff. I have comics and everything, and like, that's just something that is so out of character for Splinter to teach his sons.
Yeah, like I said, it's the complete antithesis, the complete opposites of how his character's supposed to be. He's compassionate. Like, he's tried multiple times to redeem Shredder. He even would have saved Shredder at the end of the first movie, because like, he could have just easily killed him, like just let him fall off the building, pretty much, like run off the building. But he caught him.
Yeah, he teaches his sons, you know, to protect humans. Like, they need our protection. They don't know it, but they need our protection. And he basically teaches them that, you know, there's honor in protecting humans from the shadows. There's honor in that. Yeah. You don't need the glory, you don't need the praise, you don't need any of that. There's honor in doing it from the shadows.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what he teaches them. And why on earth would the Ninja Turtles, would they want to help humans? Like, if they're taught that creed from birth, it doesn't matter what the fucking reason that Splinter taught them that. But if that's what they're taught, why on earth would they trust humans? Why would they want to protect them? They would, in essence, be honing their skills to fight the humans, to wage war against the humans, because they think that humans want to kill them. You know, like that's what they would be doing if that's what they were taught from birth.
Yeah. $5 super chat from Mr. Bentham. Thank you so much. They could give Mexicans good movies. Coco was original and respectful to my culture. To do this with Snow White is giving us sloppy seconds. A joke.
Oh man, yeah, absolutely. I fucking love Coco. I love that movie. That movie is so incredible, and that's a great movie. You know, and that is something that did really well. Why? Because it was respectful. I think that's a Pixar movie too. But that was probably
Pixar still had at least some integrity.
Yeah, that was probably one of the last like Pixar movies that came out that was really good.
Yeah. Jiraiya's Lament, yeah, it's just the writer's bitterness bleeding into the characters exactly. And I think Jackie Chan could do at least a decent voice acting job for Splinter, but for me, Splinter will always be Kevin Clash. I will always hear Kevin Clash's voice.
I've heard Jackie Chan, like I think in sorry, I'm trying to put my phone here. I've heard Jackie Chan, and I don't know. Like I think that Jackie Chan he voiced oh my gosh, who did he voice? He voiced Monkey in Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
You know, and he didn't get a lot of lines.
Not
And
really.
like it's for a reason. Like I feel like Jackie Chan, even though he's done a lot of movies, you know, American movies, he still doesn't have like that a great American accent. Like he doesn't, and it's not his fault, you know. He still messes up a lot of words, but there's something to be said about like voice acting and the inflection and the emotion that you need to come across in your voice acting. And I feel like they didn't have that in Kung Fu Panda, which is why he didn't get very many lines in Kung Fu Panda. But here, he's very central to the story. I mean, he's playing Master Splinter. And from what I've heard so far in like the previews and stuff, I don't really like him. I don't really like him as the character, but I don't know.
I've heard
we'll
a little
see.
bit. I haven't been paying too much attention. So
yeah, I don't know. We'll see, you know, when the movie comes out. But so far from what I've heard, I don't really care for him as Master Splinter.
Because he doesn't, I don't know. For me, like I said, like for me, like it'll always be Kevin Clash, because Kevin Clash and his voice acting as Splinter in the live action films came across very much as a father figure. Very much as a father, like you have that wisdom, you have that like whenever he delivers like his dialogue, you know, like, and come across as like when he said kids. He still just came across as a father figure. Jackie Chan, I don't know. The little bit I've heard, I don't want to really pass judgment too much because it's just been a little bit. But I don't know. But it'll always be Kevin Clash for me.
Yeah, I think that like I don't know, someone like what is his name? Hold on, I have to look him up.
Hey, John Parson. Yeah, it's Japanese.
The guy from Godzilla, the one that's like, let them fight.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. He would be good. He would
be a good Splinter. Like I feel like he would be a good Splinter. You know.
Also,
he would make a good.
The oh god, yeah, Ken Watanabe would be good. The actor, oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. He was in the recent John Wick film. He was the father in Bullet Train. He would be a good Master Splinter as well. Voice acting, he would be a good voice. I think he could be.
Yeah. That's the other actor that I was thinking of too.
I could see his face. I could see his face, but he would be a good voice actor.
I can't say his name. Hiroyuki Sanada.
Yeah, he would be good.
Yeah, like those two actors I can see, but I don't know. We'll see when it comes out. But so far, like I don't really care for Jackie Chan as Master Splinter.
Yeah. Hiroyuki Sanada. Yes, he played Scorpion.
Yeah, so. I think that they're banking on, which is why like this movie has, you know, they put out like the cast and like their photos or whatever. You know, like Paul Rudd. But they're banking on big names for this movie, with the exception of the turtles, because those are you know young kids playing the turtles. Yeah. but they're banking on everybody else who's cast in this movie. That's why like they show like, you know, whenever that's why they're showing who's voicing these characters. Let me see.
Yeah, I think like one of them actually is pretty young. I think it's the kid that's voicing Donatello.
Yeah, there's one that's like oh man, I can't stand that yell too.
I seriously thought that they cast a girl to voice Donatello. Initially, when I heard the voice, I was like, "Is that a girl?" Like, oh shit, that's a boy.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, "There's no way." I'm trying to find the actors. Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Tom Hardy like doing his Bane voice for Splinter. Oh, Shredder, you think darkness is your ally?
Yeah, like Paul Rudd. Oh, Paul Rudd is playing Mondo Gecko. I was like, no freaking way. Is Paul Rudd playing Mondo Gecko? You serious? Are you serious?
I love Paul Rudd.
When I saw that, I was like, no freaking way. Paul Rudd cannot pull off Mondo Gecko. We'll see. I don't fucking know. But I was just like, no freaking way. You know, so like Jackie Chan, Paul Rudd, Seth Rogen, Rose Byrne, John Cena, Giancarlo Esposito, Ice Cube, Maya Rudolph, Post Malone. Like they're banking on all of these actors to bring in Giancarlo Esposito though as Baxter Stockman. I can see that. John Cena as
Giancarlo Esposito he's a good actor. He's a good actor.
Yeah, him as Baxter Stockman, I can totally see that. Like that would be great. I don't like any of the rest of these people. Paul Rudd as Mondo Gecko. No, can we please bring back the original voice of Michelangelo to play Mondo Gecko? Like he was the perfect Mondo Gecko. Jackie Chan as Master Splinter. I don't really care for it. Seth Rogen as fucking Bebop. No. Absolutely not. 100%.
Pig and
no. No.
I'm just gonna say.
I cannot stand Seth Rogen's voice.
I know
because
I just find it ironic
he uses his voice.
Pig. He's voicing the pig character.
It doesn't fucking matter. He uses his voice like to play whatever character he's voicing. He doesn't even change it. Like when he played Donkey Kong, he didn't even change it, not one little bit. It was just him saying lines as Seth Rogen. You know, it was Seth Rogen as, you know, gorilla Seth Rogen, pretty much. Like he didn't even change his voice, not even a little bit to play Donkey Kong.
Who's voicing Rocksteady?
John Cena. I don't like that either. Okay, like what the
fuck? I have a question for like posed to you as well as to the chat, right? Because Rocksteady, when he was a human before he like became a mutant, was a black man. I believe
John Cena. I don't like any of this casting. It's like Seth Rogen just got his friends. Like, here, hey, come and be in my movie. Like, it's terrible.
So Bebop was black. Bebop was black. So Seth Rogen is voicing Bebop. So shouldn't he give his role away to a black actor because he's taking that away from a person of color because Bebop's supposed to be black?
Seth Rogen's gonna be like.
So if they have Bebop animated as black in this film, all right. Yeah. So if he starts out as human, and Seth Rogen is voicing him, he should give up his voice acting role because he's not black. He's a white actor. So put your money where your mouth is, Seth.
Yeah.
Can't really do it now because the film's done pretty much. But still, you should put his money where his mouth is. Should have given up his role.
John Cena as Rock.
Yeah, should have given up his role.
And then Ice Cube is like it's gonna be that's gonna be trash, man. I'm gonna hate it. And you know what, Mara? We're gonna review it, okay? That's what we're gonna do.
I was waiting for you to say that. Again, where is it? How's it being released? All right, how's it being released? Is it going straight to streaming?
No, it's going to be released in theater.
I'm not paying for that shit. All right, I'll watch it, but I'm not going to pay for it.
I don't expect you to.
Yeah,
we're going to review this monstrosity.
Okay. I'm going to say I feel like we're going to have to because we're going to need to tear it apart.
Yeah. I mean, I look at what they fucking did to April. How fucking dare they, those bitches?
I got called a racist because I was like, please tell me that's not April. All right. I didn't say anything about her skin color. I didn't say. I was like more like why does she look like a potato with legs? Pretty much. But all I said was like, please tell me this is not April O'Neil. And I got called a racist because, well, obviously you have a problem with it because she's black. And like they tried lecturing me on April's origins, and I'm like,
I'll say it. I have a problem with it because she's black. April O'Neil is not black. She is.
oh, I know that. I know
She
that.
is
But
a
all,
white redheaded woman.
that's all I said. That's all I said. I never mentioned her skin color once. I have an issue with it too because April O'Neil's origin is she's white.
Yeah.
Right? She might have been inspired from the creator's girlfriend who was, I believe, black or like, at least biracial pretty much. So she was inspired by that, but the character herself was never, ever black. Never black. She was always white.
Yeah.
But they're perpetuating this stupid like narrative that like was going around for
and
like,
they show like one photo which they're like, oh my gosh, see, she has an afro. It's like, no dude, she has a perm. Have you never heard? They've never heard of a perm before. She's got a perm. It's so funny because I have that comic. Like I have it here with me. I like pulled it up and I'm just like, dude, no. If you want to go, like, let's look at the rest of the comic. Like,
no. like no white woman in the history of humankind has ever gotten a perm before.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike. I saw Wicked in the chat. Hello, Wicked. Good to see you.
Hi, Wicked.
Yeah. So like, so I got called racist pretty much, but again, like, and I'd post screenshots and like, that this April was never white. Like Trey says at the very most, she was maybe Filipina because of like, again, the creator's girlfriend. All right. Yeah. But again, not black.
No.
Not black.
Wicked, when are you coming to Orlando? We need to hang out again.
So. Yeah, and it was in the 80s. Perms were everywhere.
Yeah, perms were fucking everywhere in the 80s.
And not long after
they want to ignore that though, Mara. Yeah. They want to ignore that and just, pick and choose what they deem correct and what they deem incorrect. They want to pick and choose what they want as canon and what they don't want as canon. It's incredibly hypocritical.
Yeah, and then like again, I posted basically pics where it's like he showed that after like they drew her with the perm, she went back to having straight hair.
Mm-hmm.
Or straighter hair, I should say, pretty much. But yeah, but like, oh, obviously, like, look at this, like, it looks like black, like a woman's hair. Obviously, she was black. I'm like literally, the creator came out and said, like, no, like we tried drawing her with the perm, it didn't exactly work, so we changed it.
God, I hate this artwork too. I don't like the way Splinter looks. It looks stupid.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Like, look at, oh my god, look at this. Like, what the hell? Like, here are his ears. Like, what the fuck is this? Really? Like, just nothing. There should be nothing there. He's a rat.
That's his.
Why does he even have hair?
He has gray hair, so you know that he's old, Mara. Ugh, I don't like it. It looks dumb.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so I'm gonna stop sharing that. So let's talk about the shit they're doing with Superman, with My Adventures with Superman, or whatever that stupid shit is called.
Oh yay! I get to see it.
Yeah. He is the one Superman. The Sailor Moon Superman, pretty much. And the effeminate Deathstroke. I gotta go through a lot of Bounty in the comics articles to find it. There it is. And the race swapped Livewire. Bounding, come on, you shitheads. Thank you. Oh. $5 super chat from Mr. Bentham. Thank you so much. In one comic, Lois Lane was actually turned black. If she's never ever made black in a movie, they'll use that as an example. Well, in this one, I think like people are saying Lois in this cartoon, Lois Lane is Asian.
Yeah, they will. They because they pick and choose what they want. If ever something was done different, then they'll use it as an example.
Yeah.
It's not this is what has been canon always and forever. No, it's this one specific little tiny picture. See? She can be this way.
Yeah. See, she can be this way. I love how whenever they like race swap characters from white to black, skin color absolutely means nothing. Like, it doesn't impact the story at fucking all, which means the character could be any color, but then you point out, okay, fine, skin color doesn't impact the story at all. If skin color doesn't really matter to the character, then make T'Challa white. They're white South Africans, right? So make him white. Oh, now all of a sudden it's important to the character. I love that. I fucking love that. And Jimmy Olsen is black in this cartoon as well. They race off Jimmy Olsen also. So here it is, folks. I'm not planning on watching this shit, but I watched the clip with Deathstroke. All right, so fans unhappy with art direction of My Adventures with Superman slam Magical Girl Superman. That's the one where he, instead of just putting on his suit or having his suit underneath his human clothes, pretty much, he like literally transforms, and it's very reminiscent of Sailor Moon. The Shonen Deathstroke. All right, I don't know if you've seen that clip at all, Steph.
I haven't
And
seen
anything
I haven't seen anything from My Adventures with Superman.
Okay,
I haven't
here.
seen anything. I've been staying far, far away from it.
I saw at least the clip because Mr. Bug shared it with Deathstroke, and I watched it, and I was like, they ruined Slade. You know, I'll show you.
Oh God, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're making me watch the Barbie film. This is payback.
I will allow you one payback.
There you go. There you go. All right, so we got the My Adventures with Superman, which has a race swapped Livewire, a race swapped Jimmy Olsen, a race swapped Lois Lane, and an effeminate Deathstroke, pretty much. And it's worded anime-inspired animated rom-com, pretty much. So it's created by Ms. Marvel Volume 3 artist Jack White and co-produced by Netflix's She-Ra and the Princess of Power writer. That's a winner right there. Netflix's She-Ra. Right there. That's a winning team. All right, so this is where he transforms. I'm gonna risk it. It's where they did a comparison.
What the fuck?
I should mute that because I'll probably get hit.
Wait, start it again. Did his glasses just get absorbed by his face?
Yeah, watch this. All right, so I'm muting it just in case because I didn't realize how loud it was. But watch this. All right, let me just scroll up a little bit so you get a better. All right, so here it is. Watch. And somehow, like boom, they just disappear, and that's how Steve gets his suits.
No fucking way. This reminds me of. Oh my God! Hold on. I gotta show. I gotta show you. I have to show you this. Hold on.
That is the transformation scene, ladies and gentlemen. It's literally, he is the one, Superman. It's Sailor Moon. Hey, Qui-Gon Gimli, My Adventures with Superman is so dumb. He doesn't know who he is or where he came from. Clark, Jimmy, Lois are interns at the Daily Planet. None of it makes sense. No, none of it makes sense. And Clark at this point when he gets a job at the Daily Planet, he knows where he's from. He knows he's not human at this point.
This reminds me because I fucking love this. I love this cartoon. I don't give a shit. You can judge me all you want. I love Miraculous Ladybug, okay? I love that cartoon. But this is how they transform in Miraculous Ladybug. Like,
all right.
That's what it reminds me of.
Oh my God. That's actually better. That's actually better.
Like what? That's what it
Sadly, that's
me
better.
Of.
Sadly, that's better transformation.
Like, what are you doing?
Yes, I know. I'm assuming they read comics or know anything about Superman. Yeah, I'm assuming. But yeah, when that cartoon did it better. But there is that's the Superman transformation. That's the Superman transformation. And then I'm gonna scroll down. These are like tweets, dies from cringe, and things like that. That's Deathstroke. God damn this ad.
Yay.
Oh, come on. That's Deathstroke.
No, that is not.
That's Deathstroke.
You lying.
No, I'm not lying. That's Deathstroke. like, I hate this. Deathstroke is a fucking menace, not some yaoi bait looking dude for Tumblr women to drool over. Like I said, like, this is the tweet that Mr. Bug said. Look what they did to Deathstroke.
Look what they did to Deathstroke. Look what they did to him.
Yeah.
I can hear him reading that. Oh my god.
Yeah. And
what the?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like,
So-
I hate
so-
these ads.
They covered one eye with hair. Like
Yeah, like, can you like not tell? Look, like, see, like, oh, look, it's member berries. Look, his helmet. You only see one eye right there. Boom, boom, boom. Look, member
yeah,
berries.
they covered his one eye with hair because he's missing. He has an eye patch on him, so they covered it with his hair.
Where's his mask? God knows, Sarah Crystal.
Oh my
And-
god.
Can you tell that fuck goddamn bounding? It's like over the fucking picture. Seriously.
It was over
You
the
tell that-
picture. Holy shit.
That's Livewire. Can you tell that that's a chick?
It is not.
That's Livewire.
What is this show?
It's not Superman. That's for fuck's certainty. That's Livewire. Livewire is supposed to look like this.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this ad. All right, bounding. I swear to fuck you. Seriously, you don't need this many ads. That's
It's like
Livewire. It's
the,
like
yeah. It's like the
Livewire is
Daily
like-
Mail now. It's
yeah, it really is. Look at that. This is why I almost punched my monitor before I sent you the links. I was looking through this article. All right, so like, so I don't know if I can. No, it's not
I
letting me
think
click.
I think it's a screenshot, so you can't.
Yeah.
It's not a.
But like this
it's gonna
person
link
here,
to the
Bedlam
article.
City Limits, posted pictures like what Livewire should look like. You can even see in here, right here. That's
Yeah.
what Livewire is supposed to look like. But this is what we're getting in My Adventures with Superman. Season 1,
What
episode
even
2.
is- what is that? What is that haircut? That's like a bowl cut mullet. That's what
Yeah.
they gave her. They gave her a bowl cut mullet. Like the one time, right? Okay, look. Look, the one time that they could actually use that side shaven, like what is it? That side shave.
Oh yeah, like the one that like the hair, the basically the shaved
the
side, pretty much,
masculine, like
long.
feminine haircut that they give
Yeah.
all of the the women.
It's
the
Joe
one time-
Exotic.
The one time that they can actually use that haircut, they give her a Joe Exotic haircut.
Yeah.
Like the one time that they can use that side, what is that haircut called? Like the female
know what it
undercut,
is.
like that stupid thing that they gave to the
It literally
the
like,
He-Man
looks like a
chick.
bowl. It looks like a bowl cut with a mullet, pretty much, because it like it reminds me also of
What is that He-Man? The He-Man girl.
He-Man girl. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that book.
From Masters of the Universe. Like,
Yeah.
what is her name?
Oh.
But anyways, that hair.
Tila. Thank you, Tila.
Yeah, that haircut. The one time that they can actually use that fucking haircut, they miss it. They don't do it. They don't use that stupid haircut. But it would actually go with this character because this character, she has that type of a haircut, kind of a little bit, and it's blue. And it's fucking blue. Like they could actually use the
they
blue
could
hair
actually use-
haircut. And
This
they
reminds
don't
me-
do it. They give her a bowl cut that's like that's a fucking
This actually kind of reminds me a little bit of hey Aaron. At least at the top part reminds me of Ben Stiller's when he like haircuts in Tropic Thunder when he's like the when it's like like the not the character he plays in the movie, but like the one of his
Simple
roles.
Jack?
Simple Jack, yes, Simple Jack. Simple live wire, pretty much. That's what this reminds me of a little bit. The Simple Jack haircuts.
God, it's the Joe Exotic. They gave her the Joe Exotic.
They gave her the Joe Exotic treatment. So, oh my god. The old Dumb and Dumber fade, yeah. But this here, I'm gonna scroll back up. You have the Sailor Moon transformation. You have this Deathstroke, who's not even wearing a mask.
Yeah. Doesn't have an eye patch, but he has his hair. He has bangs. His
Yeah, he's covering one eye, folks. Remember berries?
He's covering one eye. He might not have an eye patch, but we made the hair cover one eye.
Yeah,
Ew.
and the race walk live wire.
He's also very feminine looking.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah.
He's very feminine looking, and Livewire is like very masculine looking. You can't even tell that it's a girl. I love that tweet from Mr. Bug. Look at what they did to Deathstroke. Look at what they did to him.
Yes, but regardless of it being early Deathstroke, I mean, he's supposed to be menacing. He's supposed to be menacing.
It doesn't matter.
And I look at this character and I could just see him getting upset that they skimped on the foam in his Starbucks latte.
Mm-hmm. Like,
this does not come across to me as even in his like stages as like Deathstroke as menacing.
This reminds me of like these are DC villains if they were at Sky High. Remember that movie Sky High?
Yeah.
Like these are DC characters if they went to Sky High. Fucking parody of actual superheroes.
Yes. Yeah.
And
So
villains.
it's like, yeah. Is the epitome of masculinity. We're not getting it here. And like Sangberg might drop the link. Like, this is a real Slade. So I'm not gonna play, but yeah, there's the link. So, oh my god, I'm waiting for the super chat to come in a second. Listen to his voice. I just hear Jerry.
Oh, play it. Let's listen to his voice.
Here, I think this might be a screenshot. Is this screenshots? Yeah, I gotta find Mr. Bug's tweets. Hold on. I gotta find Mr. Bug's tweets because that's just a screenshot.
I'll find it.
Go ahead. Yep. Yeah, because I can't click on it through this. Yeah, it's Chris Parnell. Yeah, from Rick and Morty. Yeah, Chris Parnell. I know Chris Parnell more from the Archer series than Rick and Morty. But I know the actor. I think Chris Parnell voiced an Archer. I believe he did. I don't know. I'm really tired, folks.
Why can't I find that account?
I'll look for it because I know I quote tweeted him. It's been a while, but I know I quote tweeted him. Let's go.
Why can't I find it? I can't find it.
Let's see. It's been a little while. Sorry, folks, just bearing with me because I know I quote tweeted.
You tweet a lot.
Well, I retweet a lot, but that way.
So, anyways, folks, how you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
We're just looking for Mara's tweet because I can't find it for whatever reason. I'm looking. Oh,
Mr. Bug, where are you?
Mara, talk to the chat. I'll look for it.
So, chat, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the Sailor Moon Superman, the race swapped live wire? and the effeminate Deathstroke.
Netflix is rebooting Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, with Greta Gerwig writing the first two. Or
That's how far down I've gone in your tweets.
Yeah. I know I quote tweeted him, so it should show up. Why is it not showing up?
I don't know. Is it still there?
It should still be there. Mr. Bug, what do you do? It should. I quote tweeted him, so it should be. Okay, I should not have to go down that far.
Mara, does your pillow still smell like blue-eyed Scorpio? I'm jealous.
Well, let me look at his BuggyCon. All right, BuggyCon.
Yeah, I can't even find his Twitter account.
Just
so
weird.
I'm wondering did he get deleted?
No, he didn't get deleted, but he's not coming up. Okay, I found him. And that date is July 7th, so I would have quoted him like a week ago, and I was going all the way down to June. It wasn't even showing up. So we'll scroll down. He tweets a lot more than me. So I quote tweeted him. He tweeted it on July 7th. I would have quote tweeted him either that day or the day after.
I see people. Yeah.
So he's been tweeting a lot about this. My Adventures with Superman, the shit that they're doing. July 10th.
I see they gave Deathstroke his helmet now. It looks so femme.
Oh, really? So femme? Oh my god.
Yeah, it looks stupid. Here, hold on.
Yeah. Came out July 7th. All right, okay, I found it. Well, I don't know why my tweet wasn't showing up. I quoted him. But here, I found it. All right, so. Sorry, chat. Sorry for the delay.
I still haven't found it yet.
Let me stop sharing the screen. Let me share the Twitter screen. I don't know why it wasn't.
Oh, here it is. I found it now.
All right, so here's the clip, chat. All right, so I'm going to play it. Still blame Mazza. Yeah, technical difficulties. Hey, Dan Blackroyd.
What's up?
But here it is.
Marine? I'm thinking Black Ops. You can always spot the military types.
Oh, I know your history, Leslie Willis. The thief known as...
Let's skip to the only part I care about. I have something you want. You have something I want. Let's trade.
What do you want?
I want off your weird hit list, genius.
You really think you're the smartest person here, don't you? You have no idea what kind of technology you're dealing with.
Then I'd say it's a good thing I planted explosives all over the city, and I'm ready to blow this place sky high.
Sky high!
Yeah.
I lifted 10 containers of your tech with the robots.
That's the Milton and Lois
I
Lane.
said come along!
You're right. I am Black Ops.
Garbage. It's utter garbage. I'm sorry about the bad meth steak. It's my bad.
that is Deathstroke fighting Livewire, or at least getting ready to fight Livewire. That's the clip.
Oh, it's garbage. That's straight trash.
They gave her the Joe Exotic treatment, Terra Crystal.
It belongs in the sewer. Garbage.
Yep. Sorry, Trey. Sorry, but yeah, this is what they're doing to Superman. This is what they're doing to Superman. Oh my god, like one of the most masculine heroes in the DC universe, one of the biggest Boy Scouts, and they're making him according to the gamer, the gamer is calling him a himbo. All right, so he's yeah. Deathstroke's effeminate. Livewire's race swapped and like looks like a dude. They race swapped Jimmy Olsen. They're race swapping Lois Lane, giving Lois Lane short hair, which again, like, why would it doesn't even look like a pixie cut.
No, it's not. It's garbage.
Yeah, don't worry, James Gunn's
It's the
saving
Joe
it.
Exotic.
Yeah, but that's what they're doing to Superman now.
Yay. They're like, please clap. And we're like, nah.
Yeah. Well, read the gamer's article. That's what the gamer is calling him. The gift that keeps on giving. Jade King, I believe, wrote the article. So,
What's a himbo? It's a
male bimbo, pretty much.
it's it's a stupid sexy man. That's what it is.
Yeah. So
that's what a himbo is. It's like a bimbo, but a male version, a himbo.
yes. So that's enough of that, pretty much. Pretty much enough of that. But I wanted to get Steph's thoughts on. There's apparently going to be a new entry in the Purge franchise, which I've not seen the most recent one. Not even bothering to go just watch it at all. Steph saw it.
Yeah.
So she regaled us with that shit when it came out. But apparently there's a new entry that's coming out, and according to the creator, we just bring it up here. A movie with the most basic premise, or at least the first movie with the most basic premise, pretty much like don't piss off anyone 364 days out of the week, because for one day out of the year, you can commit any crime, no punishment. But according to the creator, the next entry is about the remapping of America based on ideology, sexuality, and religion. According to the creator, James DeMonico. It went from, hey, just don't piss people off during the year to this. So, why? Oh, great. Now the screen froze on me. There it goes. Bounty, you cucks. The Purge has been one of the most racially divisive franchises to come out in the last 10 years, and it seems series creator James DeMonico's next step, thank you, Bounding, is to literally divide America.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, the Purge movies have always been, I think like starting from the one where like that woman like ran away with like that and said like, don't grab me or whatever, referencing Donald Trump. And I think like which one, like, was it election year or something like that, where or maybe it was Anarchy. No, it wasn't Anarchy, but they had like that one girl and Elizabeth, or I can't remember her name. Anyways,
the one where like was a woman running for president. Or
she was
something?
running, yeah, and they wanted to do away with the Purge. That one showed like all the white people in power, evil type thing.
Election year, yeah.
Yeah, election year. So the Purge is, I think the Forever Purge was like completely and totally woke and fucking damaging as hell. And so like Mr. Bentham for $10 says movie starting. Yeah. See you later. Have fun. Have fun. You're gonna fucking love it. You're gonna love it. I can't remember if he's seeing. Is he seeing Sound of Freedom or Mission Impossible? Mission Impossible. Okay, I thought it was Mission Impossible, but I was like, wait, didn't he say that he watched Sound of Freedom too? So yeah, like the original Purge was great. It was fantastic. The Purge Anarchy was really good too. I liked that one. From then on, it kind of started getting like more and more woke. Like they sort of like injected little things here and there. And the Forever Purge was terrible. Oh man, it was so bad. So this, I'm not surprised that they're going with this. It's gonna be garbage. It's gonna be trash.
That's one of the
But-
finest quotes, pretty much. Okay, this is from Forever Purge.
I feel like that's
That was
where
the most
it was
recent one.
always going. You know, like that's where it was always headed. So I'm
Mhm.
actually I'm looking forward to see what they fucking do. It's gonna be garbage.
So for me, for 6, I was extrapolating on the Discord and taking it to its furthest as far as you can take the idea of what's going on, I feel, in the country and the political landscape. And it's a broken America. We're remapping, he told Collider. The Purge 6 is about the remapping of America based on ideology, sexuality, and religion so that the states are broken down, he elaborated. You have your black states, you have your gay states, and you have your white evangelical states. And it's a really
Oh my
broken
god. Are you kidding? That sounds like garbage.
That's
Man,
the Purge.
that
ladies
sounds
and
so
gentlemen.
bad.
Funny, it's been proven whenever white people leave, the society breaks down and fails. Of course, they blame white flight for the downfall. Yeah, doesn't matter what white people do nowadays. At least with like the far left, you stay, it's gentrification. If you leave, it's white flight. Pretty much, it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So there's not really, at least with the first 2, there's not really much. Basically, the basic premise is again like. For one day out of the year, you can commit any crime, no punishment. Pretty much, it's kind of like how they keep crime down throughout the year because like on one year people can do whatever the fuck they want and they won't get into any trouble. Pretty much, that's how they keep crime down throughout the year.
That's stupid.
Or at least that's a premise.
That sounds like a ridiculous. That sounds like a ridiculous concept. But honestly, I feel like it's what they want the United States to be. You know, like that's what it sounds like. Like that's their vision of like what they would want the U.S. to be, and so they're doing that. Because that's why I said like I feel like these movies were always kind of headed this way, especially like the last 3. They sort of like did it a little bit in election year, see what we did, see what we got there, and then they just they went at it with the other 2. So I liked the first one. The first one was good. I liked. The second one was interesting because it was a different sort of it had a different like character with that guy. And I like the story in the second one, but like the third, the fourth, the fifth one, they all kind of started going downhill. And this is just like this is peak woke of what the Purge movies wanted to be.
Yeah, this is Anarchy. So that's 2014.
Yeah.
DeMonico's comments allude to a tweet made by Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene in February of this year, which prefaced, "We need a national divorce. We need to separate by red states and blue states and shrink the federal government." She then claimed, "Everyone I talk to says this, from the sick and disgusting woke culture issues shoved down our throats to the Democrats, traitors, America's last policies. We are done."
Yeah, that's what they want. Like that's what they're doing. They're showing us what they would envision America to be, and then like and with that, now all of their purges are going to be based on skin color, and they're going to be based on sexuality. When in the first few, it didn't matter who the fuck you were. Like if you were out in the streets, you were getting killed or you were doing the killing. Like it didn't matter. The first person they found, they basically killed. Like it didn't matter. It doesn't matter who they killed, but it sounds like this one is going to be based on it's going to be based around skin color and sexuality and and religion. So it's sort of like let's evolve. We're going to evolve the Purge into like, oh, okay, so now all of these Nazis are getting together and they're hunting black people, or now all of these sexists are going to get together and hunt women, and all of these bigots are going to get together and hunt people who live in like the LGBTQ state. It's going to be based on that, and they're going to cross the borders to hunt whoever they deem like whoever they don't like. That's how they're going to purge. When it's kind of dumb because like they're supposed to be the purge, right? The purge is supposed to help with that. It's supposed to help quell all of these anger issues because you get to take it all out on one night.
Yeah.
On one night of the year, you get to take out all of your anger issues, all of your hate, all of your fantasies, you know, and instincts to kill people out on one year. And because you get to do that once a year, that has in turn regulated people and kind of made them like a lot more happy because they look forward to the purge because they could just like nothing bothers them because like they get to take out their anger and frustrations and you know on one day out of the year. So like that it's supposed to be a way to like help society, and like that's kind of like what their society in these purge movies have evolved into. Like it doesn't matter what you know people are kind of like not happier but like more content in their lives because they get to do that, because they get to purge once a year. And like this kind of does away with that, because if society has evolved into okay, we're going to have black states and white states and religious states and LGBTQ states, then that would mean that the purge is not working, because they're going to where they want to go based on how they're feeling and the hatred towards other people and not being able to get along as a society. So then the purge is not working. So then what's the point of the purge now? So it doesn't make any sense going with like the previous movies.
Yeah, exactly. So exactly. And it says, I guess 2018 had the first purge, where the fictional New Founding Fathers of America political party, fully funded and endorsed by the NRA, creates the first purge in Staten Island, New York. Seems oblivious to the reason why the country is so divided. DeMonico's films are soaked in anti-military, anti-Christian, and anti-capitalism messaging. And while his movies have become the cinematic version of Crying Out as They Strike, another film with the backing of Get Out and Black Klansman producer Jason Blum is in the works, as the studio negotiates the budget before moving forward with production. So, yeah, there it is, folks. There it is. So that's Forever Purge.
It makes me want to watch the Purge movies now, honestly. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual Purge.
Yeah. There you go. But this is what we're getting. So it's going to be the remapping of America based on ideology, sexuality, and religion. So my question to him, because he said here's his quote down here, real fast before we move on to the last article I have. You said you have your black states, you have your gay states, and you have your white evangelical states. Okay, so what if you're black and gay?
Yeah.
What if you're white and gay? What if you're biracial? You're half black, half white.
And he says it right there. He says, and it's really a broken country. And it shouldn't be, because the whole premise of the purge is to have a united country and more tolerant and more docile citizens. Like that's how it's supposed to be. Yes, there's the underbelly of people who can't afford to protect their homes and protect their businesses and protect their family members, but at the same time they've also created safe houses for those people to go to on the night of the purge. So they have and it's also a way to get rid of the homeless problem, because a lot of homeless people are killed in the purge because they have nowhere to go to. So it's supposed to do create this society that's good. There are politicians like the one from the third one that want to get rid of the purge because they don't see the benefits of the purge, and the evil politicians are keeping the purge a thing. But it's supposed to be a way for society to sort of to be, I guess, quelled, but if he's saying that the country is really broken, it's a broken country, then the purge isn't working. So what's the point of the purge? But I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's just me watching these movies.
Just based on that quote, I was like you're basically oversimplifying things pretty much, because it's just as if one, if people were just one thing. So it's it went from like, hey, one night a year, you can take out all your frustrations or your anger or just or revenge against someone, pretty much, and like no punishment whatsoever, and like no questions asked. But now we have to make it political. But anyway, so I got one more article to cover, folks, because I saw Sound of Freedom today. I saw the movie Sound of Freedom, and it is, in my opinion, very good. So, very fucking good. The subject matter is hard to digest because they make no qualms about what these children go through. They don't shy away from showing the audience. I mean, not overtly. They don't exactly show you everything, but like at the same time, they don't hold back on what goes on for these kids whenever they are abducted and the horrors they go through as a result. So now you have Screen Rants, and I believe this is an article that Trey found. He's going to be making video on this. So how accurate is Sound of Freedom? Well, you have experts examining the movie's child trafficking accuracy, and for Trey, because like what he titles his Screen Rant articles, I put this clip on my channel.
Gay!
Every Screen Rant article, he's like, Screen Rant is gay. And here's this. Here is this article. So, and he's like, Trey's like, you're gonna roast this shit. Look at these reasons, Steph. Look at these reasons, right? So, and this will contain spoilers. So, okay, so Sound of Freedom has earned millions at the box office. Fuck all marketing for the movie. Word of mouth pretty much entirely has made millions at the box office. Earned 40 million at the box office despite mixed reviews. With the mixed reviews being the people claiming conspiracy theories and it's a QAnon film, pretty much. But it's a Operation Underground Railroad focused on Tim Ballard, played by Jim Caviezel, and he was part of Homeland Security, who it shows that in this movie quits his job so he can focus on rescuing, in this instance, a particular girl, the sister of the boy he's rescued, and then continue rescuing children because he's like at this point in his career he's arrested the pedophiles, right? The men like
he hunts pedophiles. That was his job at Homeland Security. He's a pedophile.
But it's eating away at him because it's like because one of his coworkers, he like asked him it's like about like how many he's caught, how many children have you rescued, pretty much.
Yeah,
like
he's rescued zero, but that's not our job to rescue the kids. But it is his job to catalog and log what he finds when he arrests these pedophiles. And I think it eats away at him, like this last child or this last pedophile that he caught. He saw what they did, and he has to watch and log what this person did to this child because it's evidence, so he has to log it in. And the job eats away at him, and so he wants to find.
So he kind of
wants to rescue.
Goes undercover in a sense.
Yeah, he goes undercover because he wants to rescue a child. So he goes undercover and basically takes on or pretends like he is. I mean, and he has years of experience. Pretends that he is a pedo himself in order to befriend this one pedo that he caught and put in jail. And so he goes undercover. He pretends to be one, and he in turn releases this person in order to get connections, so that way he can actually find out who is involved in the trafficking of these children. And so he finally gets he gets what he needs. So he needs to find a child being trafficked, and he finds one. And when he gets the information, he arrests that man, like right there on the spot. You're arrested.
Yeah.
So he got what he needed from this person. So then the child that's being brought across the border is the main boy in this film, and he has a picture of him, and he arrives crossing the border. They arrest the man who is bringing him across the border, and he rescues this kid, and he, you know, calls his dad. But this child is telling him like, hey, it's not just me that was abducted. It was my sister as well. Can you rescue my sister? And this is after he tells him what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he tells Tim Ballard like what happened to him. As soon as he was kidnapped, from then on, what his life has been like for months, and it's terrible. It's awful.
Because at one point, Tim is has taken him to a diner, and he's basically giving him food because the child is not like, can tell, like, you know, is not eating, is hungry, and he's like, I think you're about 7.5. He's like looking at the kid, and like, you're about 7.5, and the kid goes, "Is it April?" And Tim Ballard's like, "No, it's July. It's July 12th." It's like, "Oh, then I'm 8." This boy has been in captivity for a while.
Yeah.
At least months.
And I think that this movie makes it appear as if like it's one thing to, you know, to watch all of these bad things and log it and, you know, catch these pedophiles. It's another thing to interact with a child who's been victimized by these people, and he needs to help. He needs to do something more. You know, that's basically where his new mission starts. So.
So now we have Screen Rant telling you how accurate, people coming out, how accurate is this film? Like, you know, it's okay. All sides agree child trafficking is a large scale problem that needs addressing. Well, CNN apparently doesn't, because they had the guy on it calling it a QAnon conspiracy film, pretty much. So that's a lie. Rolling Stone is another one, pretty much, that was shitting on the movie. So you have experts such as attorney Aaron Albright and CEO of the National Children's Alliance, Teresa Hauser. So they're the experts that this article is going into, pretty much. So first,
what is this right there? Hold on. Most child victims know their traffickers.
That's the first. Like, that's the first thing they're correcting this movie on, pretty much. All right, so
this, like, immediately, right? So this is already discrediting the beginning scene of Sound of Freedom, because these kids are basically brought into like a casting couch because they want to be actors, and this father drops off his kids along and with this woman, you know, and this woman tells him like, sorry, no stage parents, and it's a room full of children, so he thinks that it's a legitimate thing, and so he leaves his kids there. And when he goes back to pick them up, they're not there. They're not there. Like, they are gone. They've taken these kids and they've kidnapped them. So they're basically discrediting the very first scene, in that like these kids did not know these people. You know, they thought that they were there to get headshots done. So they don't know these people, you know?
And
they're discrediting the very first scene.
So in reality, most child victims are trafficked by people they know and trust. I'm like, well, there's like, again, like, there's no. I'm reading this paragraph, and I was like going through this article, and this is reality. Okay, well, statistics. If you're saying this is the reality, that most child victims are trafficked by people they know and trust, well, then there's statistics on this, right? There are statistics on this. So basically, they're discrediting the first scene in this film, all right, with nothing.
Yeah.
Then it says most child trafficking victims are teenagers. They're still children.
They're still children. It doesn't matter if they're teenagers. They're still children. They're still children. So like, and now they're discrediting, or they're trying to make it seem like, oh, they're not actually like little kids. Yes, they are. You know, they actually show footage, actual footage of children being kidnapped. And they actually show footage from the raid at the end of the movie, and a lot of those kids are children. They are children. And what are teenagers? But they're saying teenagers because it's like, oh, so they're basically adults, so they're probably like runaways. Like, that's pretty much what they're saying. You know, they're almost adults. They're almost of legal age.
Like age between 15 and 17, which still makes them.
Look at what they say. Look at that first sentence right there. In reality, the majority of child victims of trafficking are teenagers who have been kicked out of their homes, often because they're LGBTQ and gender nonconforming. So they're actually victims of circumstance because like their parents are the real evil ones here, not the not the traffickers. It's their parents who did not give them like a welcoming home. So you shouldn't be blaming the traffickers. They're a victim of circumstance. Their parents should have been more accepting. That is terrible. What a terrible way to twist the narrative. That is garbage.
They're twisting it like to discredit the film, and like they're giving like ages like 15 to 15 and 17, which still makes them kids. It still makes them children. They are still underage, and they're saying, well, they wouldn't be in this situation if their parents had been more accepting.
Yeah, and you know what? I agree with Abomination. It doesn't matter if they're children or if they're 30. Trafficking is trafficking.
Yeah,
like there's human trafficking as well. You know, trafficking is. It doesn't matter how old they are. Trafficking is trafficking. No, human trafficking is a problem.
And this is like right here again goes into this reason. Many child trafficking victims are LGBTQ plus. Like, how do they know this shit? They're saying most are LGBT or gender non-conforming.
And you know what? They unfortunately they're forced that way by their they're probably not, but they're probably forced that way by the people who are doing stuff to them.
Yeah, this is right here. Freedom Network USA's executive director. The depiction of a stranger stealing a child into slavery is less accurate than poverty, homophobia, transphobia, and domestic abuse. $150 million industry per year. I'm talking about child trafficking.
They literally showed live footage of children being kidnapped by strangers.
Yeah. I mean, like, right
in the movie. At the very beginning of the movie, they show it.
And fucking hell. There's even
they showed a baby. They showed a baby being kidnapped. Like live actual footage of a baby being kidnapped.
And a news story just broke out. I'm not going to bring up the article or anything, but a child being found on a military base bought and paid for as part of a child sex trade. Yeah. And paid for as part of a trafficking ring.
Yeah.
So, in the United States.
It's
14 years old.
sad.
14 years old.
This is so sad how these authors, how these journalists, quote unquote journalists, are trying to write away and explain away why Sound of Freedom isn't a correct depiction, and like it literally is a QAnon, based on all of these facts that we've just made up. Like it's so sad that they can't actually take this film and bring more awareness to the problem that is child trafficking. They have to write these ridiculous fucking explanations as to why Sound of Freedom is not a correct depiction, and bring this movie
right here, like this down. Right here. Like there's sensationalizing,
sensationalizes saving children from trafficking. What is wrong with that? Why is that a bad thing to bring awareness and show that children can be saved from human trafficking, from child trafficking? Why is that a bad thing? Why are you discrediting this movie like that? You have to wonder about the person that wrote this article. If they have to go out of their way to make excuses and to explain away why this movie isn't a correct depiction of child trafficking, and this is why, like, these are all the reasons why this movie just sensationalizes, the white savior complex of saving kids from human trafficking. Like, if you have to go out of your way to actually bring down a movie that brings awareness
this is a negative.
Child trafficking, you need to look at yourself and look at exactly why you're doing the things that you're doing.
Yeah, as if this is a negative. As if this is a negative to the film, pretty much. Like the fact that they and look at the picture. They saved 50 plus children at one point.
Look at the picture that they chose to put here, right? Look at the picture that they chose to put here. Him in front of money, as if like he does it for money. Like it's so awful. What an awful person who wrote this. What garbage.
Tina Guzman says Carly Russell from Alabama was abducted just the other night. It happens more than most think. Yeah, and I'm betting it was not. The only time it's ever that I've seen for abductions is generally a parent abducting a child from another parent, pretty much. Otherwise, it's a stranger. So otherwise, most often it's a stranger, pretty much, who generally pose as an underage. Like basically, what these evil men do, and I say men, but like women too, pretty much. What these evil people do is they go into these chats and pretend to be teenagers themselves. That's what they do. And set up a meeting with whatever child that they are communicating with. This is what was, again, I'm not trying to sound alarmist, but this is why parents should not allow their children into certain chats. There should be like parental controls on computers, because that's what these people do. Set up a meeting. Tell the child pretty much, whether boy or girl, to keep it a secret from their parents. You know, because they'll never understand. They'll never understand, and that's what they do. Or they'll pose as a friend. There's literally a program that's like premiered this year or like late last year on, I think, Investigation Discovery, about like people that kind of like what Tim Ballard does, pretty much go undercover, pretending to be underage children to catch these people.
Yeah.
It happens a lot more than most Americans realize.
I mean, shit, just the other day, where's the tweet? Hold on, let me find it. Like, hold on. Let me find it. I have so much stuff pulled up on my.
Yeah, Chris Hansen caught a lot of them. Yes.
Yeah.
They pose as either.
I mean,
kids
just the other day, a Democrat, a state representative, Matt Trowbridge, was caught attempting to meet up with a 14-year-old boy. Like, hold on, where here?
Conspiracy theory, folks, but a conspiracy theory.
I'm gonna get your plate.
Yeah, he's right here.
Yeah, should have known this was gonna happen.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, god damn it. You wrong decision. You made the wrong, and now you want to run. I'm gonna get your plates. You want to run from this now. You can call him. Thank you.
So this person catches, he sets up a sting on his own. He helps out kids in his neighborhood. Like, he catches people in his neighborhood. That's what he does. He protects his neighborhood by catching pedophiles and gives information on these people to police. Everything that he has. Like,
yeah.
You know, like it happens. Like this is, oh God. But it's conspiracy. It's just
but it's a conspiracy. But it sensationalizes saving children from trafficking. It says like, like most child trafficking victims are teenagers, but regardless, they are still underage, and it doesn't matter the age, it's still trafficking.
I know, the fact that they wrote it away, the fact that they want to write it away, like most actually, most of them are teenagers. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal. They're basically saying that, like, actually, most of them are teenagers. It's not that big a deal. Like, get at it. They're still kids. All right. They're still underage. They're still children. It's
still bad regardless. It's like again, it doesn't matter if this is adult trafficking or child trafficking. You're still trafficking humans. You're still selling humans into some like slavery or worse. It's like the story. I don't want to go into the story because I want people to see this movie. But the man that Tim Ballard meets, like not the law enforcement guy, but the one that used to be part of the drug cartel. All right. And the reason he gave for why he does what he does, and that is buying these children to set them free. Right. So he'll buy children, buy these children off the sex traffickers and set them free. And the reason he gives is just heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching. What made him do what he did. But the movie is not accurate. The movie is not. It's not entirely accurate. I'm like, first off, I'm like, no shit. I bet they embellish some details because that's what Hollywood does. But it doesn't matter. This is still a problem.
Yeah, of course. Like they're going to embellish some things because it is a movie. But regardless, this is a true story. These things actually happened, and more importantly than that, it's bringing awareness to child trafficking. And the fact that this movie is receiving so much pushback, and they're discrediting this movie with every single article that's being written, you have to ask yourself why. Why are they discrediting this movie? Why is there so much pushback from this movie? And Tim Ballard, I think that Tim Ballard actually sums it up perfectly. They're protecting these traffickers. They're enabling these traffickers. They're protecting pedophiles. That's what they're doing.
Exactly. I mean, hell, he shows a clip where it's a politician being caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why, but also I think another reason why is because they don't need to show it. So they don't need
They don't need to show it. They really don't. In a movie that.
Sorry.
In a movie, you know what? I'm sorry, but like these are the same people that are writing the articles about how Cleopatra can be black, and you have a problem with changing history, blah blah blah. This is on you, people. Like, why aren't you getting on board with Cleopatra being black, blah blah, right? Creating issues that aren't really issues, but this is an actual issue, and they're pushing back against it and protecting pedophiles, protecting these traffickers. So
exactly
stupid.
Like one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite dramas, I should say, is Amadeus. All right, the movie is wonderful. F. Murray Abraham is like he steals whatever scene he's in the movie. He plays Salieri, a composer. All right, not historically accurate whatsoever. And a lot of the facts are embellished in the film, but the film itself is very good. All right. Same with NWA movie wasn't accurate. Braveheart wasn't accurate. Freddie Mercury movie. Hollywood embellishes because they want a little bit of sensation because they want people to be entertained. So I get that, but at the same time, it's like it's
more informative than it is entertaining. Because when you're watching it, you're not expecting to be entertained. This movie makes you feel uncomfortable. It makes you wiggle in your seat because a lot of it, because of the subject matter. And it's meant to do that. It's meant to make you feel uncomfortable because it is an uncomfortable thing to talk about, and an uncomfortable thing, if you don't know that's happening, learn that this type of thing is happening right now. You know, it's meant to make you feel grossed out and uncomfortable because of the subject matter. It's not. While this is a movie, I don't think that this movie is meant to entertain. This movie is meant to inform and bring awareness. That's what this movie is meant to be.
Because there's some scenes where I was like, I can't really talk about them because I'll be spoiling something.
It really makes you angry. It really makes you angry. But with the NC-17 rating, I was about to say, like, regarding that comment, in a movie that is about exploiting children, I don't think that they would want to exploit children.
Yeah, I know. That's why I think they don't need to show things. They don't need to just seeing Jim Caviezel's reaction, like you can gauge like what he's looking like the horror that he's looking at, that he's witnessing when he's just cataloging the film that they pulled off the guy's hard drive, and he has to. You see, like he pauses and then types and then like plays and pauses and types, and he gets to a point where he's like witnessing what's being done to this child, and like you see a tear roll down his cheek, like, and it's like, and then you can see like at that point he's like, I have to save a child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
It's not enough for me to like catch the pedo at the beginning of the film to catch him. No, I have to save a child. So and he knows that like this guy's not going to just give up his information, so he knows he's going to have to play his cards right and pretend that he's like the pedo, pretty much. Like, you know, that he can't be he's not brave enough to like actually be true to himself, essentially, but he is the same as the guy. So that's how it starts. So, but yeah, I think Screen Brand did. I think they praised Cuties. Yeah. So I'm guess I think they were one of them, but I don't know. But anyway, I'm saying like just all these reasons, and it's just to discredit a film, and it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's pretty much all like just bullshit reasons to yeah, just to be negative about Sound of Freedom.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So, but there it is. And Trey, we'll be roasting this tomorrow, so look for Trey's video. So, yeah, another reason they're bitching is because Mel Gibson endorsed it.
Which is so stupid. It's like I don't like this movie because I don't like Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
What? How stupid.
Yeah, it's like there's
How
plenty of
fucking
people who endorse
ridiculous.
shit.
I'm not going to support this movie because Mel Gibson endorsed it. Not because, because of the subject matter or whatever. No, because of Mel Gibson. Therefore, a movie about child trafficking, gross. I'm not going to. No, Mel Gibson, no way. I don't care about the children. I don't like Mel Gibson, and that's reason enough for me to not support this movie. How stupid and ridiculous are these fucking people?
We don't have enough time in the day to go into how stupid these people are, pretty much. But there's like plenty of stuff endorsed by people I don't like. It doesn't stop me necessarily from seeing something. All right, like if I don't see something, it's because there's something that I don't like about whatever like movie. Like say, like for example, I'm not planning on seeing Blue Beetle. All right. Okay. It has everything to do with what I'm seeing in the trailer and what I'm hearing from people who are starring in the movie, and like what the movie's going to be entailing. All right. But if like someone that like say a politician came out and endorsed it, all right, that's going to be the least of the reasons why I'm not seeing this movie. All right. If someone came out like say Alec Baldwin came out and endorsed Blue Beetle, all right, he's as far left as they come. Pretty much threatened to leave America, has not done so just yet. All right, he's as far left as they come. If he came out and endorsed the movie, that's the least of my fucking concerns with this film.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. If you want to see a movie, see a movie. If you don't want to see a movie, see a movie. But have the reason be because of the movie itself, for whatever reason, not whomever's endorsing it. That's just stupid. So if you don't like Mel Gibson, download the movie. But like, that's the mentality of this people, pretty much. Like you would think that they would like still watch it, just not pay for it, sort of situation, like pirate it, sail the high seas. Like they like it's still a stupid reason, but they're not even not even giving you the time of day to watch it, just because of their hate boner for Mel Gibson. That's the mentality of these people.
Yeah.
They're not willing to give the movie even the time of day to sail the high seas, which they shouldn't. In my opinion, with this movie, just because of that. That's how stupid these people are. But anyway, that's the last article I have. I wanted to go into that because I had just seen Sound of Freedom. I highly recommend seeing it in theaters. All right, the subject matter is very raw. It is very difficult to digest at times, but it's still a very good movie. All right, so. And I saw that article, and I was like, "We have to talk about this. This is so stupid. We have to talk about it." But there it is. So next week, ladies and gentlemen, before we do our outros, and I thank the chat for hanging out with us, it'll be on this one's channel.
Yay!
And we'll be talking about the Barbie film.
Yay!
At least I don't know if we'll be dedicating the whole. I guess we'll be dedicating most of the stream to the Barbie film.
I'm very excited about the Barbie film. It's going to be Talk Nerdy.
Yes.
Barbie. It's going to be the pink edition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pink edition. We're going to get. Are you going to wear pink, Mara? You have to wear pink for the pink edition. Pink it out. I'll wear my pink fanny pack. Pink it out.
I know I have it's long sleeve. This is the only like tank I have right now that's pink, but it's hold on. Because it's like hold on, I'll show you. But it's this. But it's Neon Genesis Evangelion, but it's pink. So So I'll wear this. I'll wear this. That's what I have that's pink that I'll wear for the Barbie edition. So yeah, but we will be talking about Barbie next week. But thank you to everyone for hanging out with us in the chat as we broke down and roasted the cringe news of the week. So Steph, let everybody know. Trey's like, I'm not wearing
Trey's, I'm not wearing pink. Oh, you're gonna wear pink, Trey. I better see you wearing pink in your Barbie review.
Like, you know, now he's like, no shit. Now he's like, shit. And we're gonna see him in a he's gonna have to go. He's like, now I'm gonna have to go out and buy a pink shirt.
Pink in that Barbie review. Let's go.
But anyway, so Steph, let everybody know where they can find you and all that fun stuff.
You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Kick. All at the same name, My Nerdy Home. I'm not like Mara, who uses different names.
No, I have the branding issue. I do try. I have tried to like stay the same name.
Just change everything, Mara. Just change it all to Mara Jade. Do it. Just change it all.
I can't to Mara Jade because technically, because if you try searching just Mara Jade, you come up with like a bunch of stuff that's related to the character.
You're like
and not my channel.
Mara Jade, Jade Shadow.
I've been trying with Jade Shadow, and but there's like some Steam, like, you know, or Ubisoft. I tried that and I couldn't because someone already had the fucking name.
Then do Jade Shadow 1. Jade Shadow Legends.
God damn it. Oh my God. Gravy will wear a pink thong. Abomination has pink in his sunglasses.
Jade Shadow Legend.
Yeah, Jade Shadow Legend. Fucking. Anyway. What the hell's Mara McJaderson? No.
Shadowski.
No. So not even this Gravy, but yes, that would work. Alliteration would work. But anyway, so yes. Thank you all for hanging out with us. This is my Twitch. All right. So I haven't changed the name yet because I'm not even sure if I'm going to be keeping Twitch. If they keep going the way they're going, I most likely will at some point in the future be getting rid of it. But right now, I still have my Twitch. I stream there just like every Tuesday and Thursday. So I keep that channel going. I have my Kick. That's Jade Shadow. All right. So I kept that name there. That's Jade Shadow. And I'll be live on my Kick tomorrow, playing some more of the Miles Morales DLC. After the D&D session, and then Monday I will be Sunday, Monday, Friday, and if I have the opportunity, Saturday afternoon I go live on my Kick, playing a variety of games, the Miles Morales DLC, Halo campaigns, Apex, and so forth, pretty much. And then Twitch, I've been playing the Batman games. I finished Arkham City. I'm going into Arkham Knight. And other games I'm going to be trying in the future, such as the Warhammer Space Marine game and so forth. But anyway, so thank you. Look for videos I'm trying to put out during the week. Schedule's been kind of crazy, but I try to do that. And I'm not highlighting your comment, Trey. I see that. So, but anyway, so thank you all again. Have a good rest of your day or evening, depending on where you are in the world. And we will see you all next week for the Pink Edition, where we talk about all things Pink Nightmare related in the Barbie film. So take care and peace.
Bye, everyone. Jade Shadow Legend.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.